Hello, and welcome back to True Scam Stories. For thousands of years, the human voice has been our ultimate biological signature. It is as unique as a fingerprint. When you hear your mother, your partner, or your boss on the phone, a specific circuit in your brain lights up. It says, I know this person. I trust this person. But what if that circuit could be hacked? We are no longer living in the future of science fiction. We are living in a present where a computer can listen to 3 seconds of your voice and learn to speak exactly like you. It can copy your pitch, your accent, your pauses, and even the way you breathe between words. Today, we are going to deconstruct a heist that shook the corporate world. It wasn't done with guns, masks, or even a computer virus. It was done with a phone call. We will tell the story of a managing director who transferred $250,000 to a thief because he heard a voice he would have bet his life on. And later, I'm going to read you the transcript of that secret recording. You won't believe how real it sounds. This is the story of the synthetic liar. The time is 3:30 p.m. on a Friday. The location is the London headquarters of a major energy firm. Steve is the CEO of the UK division. He is a seasoned executive, a man who has negotiated multi-million-dollar contracts and navigated complex mergers. He prides himself on his skepticism. He is the kind of man who checks the sender address on every email and shreds his documents twice. Steve reports directly to Johannes, the CEO of the parent company based in Germany. Johannes has a very distinct voice. He speaks English with a heavy, authoritative German accent. He has a slight lisp when he says the letter S, and he has a habit of clearing his throat before delivering bad news. Steve has spoken to Johannes every week for 5 years. He knows that voice better than he knows his own brothers. Steve's phone rang. The caller ID was internal. It looked like it was coming from the German HQ. Steve picked up. Hello, this is Steve. Steve, it is Johannes. The voice was undeniable. The timbre, the weight, the slight gravel in the low notes. It was Johannes. Johannes, good afternoon, Steve said, sitting up straighter. I wasn't expecting a call. Is everything all right? Listen to me closely, Steve, the voice said. It sounded stressed, hushed, as if Johannes was stepping out of a boardroom. I am in a very sensitive situation. We are about to close the acquisition of that supplier in Hungary. You know the one? Steve knew it. It had been a rumor for months. The regulators are moving faster than we thought, the voice continued. If we do not move the deposit today, before the banks close for the weekend, we lose the exclusivity period. Our competitors will swoop in on Monday. I understand, Steve said. What do you need? I cannot move the funds from the German accounts. The audit team has frozen non-operational transfers for the weekend review. It's a bureaucratic nightmare. I need you to wire 220,000 euros about dollar. 243,000 to the Hungarian supplier's bridge account. Immediately, I will reimburse your division. First thing Monday morning. Steve hesitated. Not because he doubted the voice, but because of protocol. Johannes, that's a large sum for a Friday wire. I usually need the dual signature paperwork, and this is where the AI won. The voice on the other end didn't get angry. It didn't shout. It sighed a tired, human sigh. Steve, I know. I am asking you to trust me. I am putting my reputation on this deal. If we lose this, the board will have my head. I need you to be my partner on this. Can I count on you? That pause. That specific intonation of vulnerability from a powerful man? It triggered a psychological response in Steve, the desire to please authority. Send me the details, Steve said. I'll handle it myself. Within minutes, an email arrived from Johannes's address, which had been spoofed containing the bank details for a supplier in Hungary. Steve logged into the corporate banking portal. He bypassed the usual lower-level checks because, after all, the big boss had ordered it. Done, Steve said into the phone.
Excellent.
The voice said. You have saved the day, Steve. Truly, I will call you Monday. Click. Steve felt a rush of adrenaline. He had just saved a major deal. He felt vital. He felt trusted. He went home that weekend feeling like a hero. Monday morning. 9 a.m. The weekly executive briefing call. Steve dialed in, cheerful. Good morning, Johannes. I assume the transfer went through smoothly? Did we secure the Hungarian deal? There was a long silence on the line. Steve. The real Johannes spoke. What Hungarian deal? What transfer? Steve felt the blood drain from his face. The wire. The 220,000 euros. You called me Friday afternoon? You said the regulators were pushing us? I did not call you Friday, Johann said slowly. I was on a flight to Tokyo all Friday, Steve argued. But I spoke to you. I heard you. You cleared your throat. You did that thing with the S sound. It was you. It wasn't. Steve had been the victim of the world's first major AI voice heist. The money had not gone to a supplier in Hungary. It had been bounced through accounts in Mexico and Nigeria before disappearing into the cryptosphere. How did they do it? And more importantly, what did it sound like? Later investigations revealed that the scammers didn't just guess. They had harvested audio of the real Johannes from YouTube videos of his keynote speeches, earnings calls, and interviews. They fed hours of his speech data into a VALL-E or ElevenLabs style AI model. The AI didn't just cut and paste words, it learned the biometric signature of Johannes's vocal cords. I have obtained the transcript of a similar deepfake attack recording used in a simulation to train cybersecurity experts. I want you to listen to the text, and I want you to imagine your boss's voice saying it. Here is the anatomy of the perfect audio fake. The fake voice. Hey. Name. Look, I'm sorry to bother you on your cell. Analysis. It starts with an apology. It lowers the guard. The AI adds a breath sound here to sound rushed. The fake voice. I'm in a meeting with the... with the auditors right now. Analysis. Did you hear the That's the key. Old robot spoke perfectly. Deepfake AI inserts hesitation, stuttering, and filler words to sound human. The fake voice. We have a slight situation. I can't talk long. Battery's dying. Analysis. Battery dying is a classic scam script to prevent you from asking too many questions or calling back. The fake voice. I need you to process a vendor payment. It's late, I know. But if it doesn't go out by 4 p.m., we void the contract. Can you take down this number? Analysis. The urgency. Authority. The tone is calm but demanding. It sounds perfect, and that is why it is terrifying. This technology is no longer exclusive to state-level spies. It is available on the open market. The scammer can call you, record 30 seconds of you saying, "Hello, who is this? I can't hear you," and use that sample to clone your voice. They can then call your grandmother and beg for bail money. They can call your finance department and authorize a transfer. They can call your bank and bypass Voice ID security protocols. The era of "I know it was him, I heard his voice" is over. We have to adapt. We need new rules for a synthetic world. Here is how you protect yourself and your company from the deepfake vishing attack. 1. The safe word protocol. This is low-tech, but unhackable. Establish a safe word or a challenge phrase with your family and your key staff members. If your boss calls and asks for money, ask, "What's the code word?" If your grandson calls from jail, ask, "What's the name of the first dog we had?" An AI voice cloner cannot know information that is not on the internet. Do. The callback rule. If you receive an urgent request for money or data over the phone, even if it sounds like the President of the United States, hang up. Then call that person back on their known official number. Asterisk. If it was a scammer using a spoofed number, the call won't go back to them. We'll go to the real person, who will likely say, "I didn't call you." 3. Listen for the microglitches. While the AI is good, it still struggles with long, complex sentences or emotional outbursts. Asterisk. Listen for unnatural pauses. Listen for a lack of emotion when you challenge them. Listen for background noise that doesn't match where they claim to be. 4. Question the channel. Why is the CEO calling your personal cell phone to authorize a wire transfer instead of sending an encrypted email or using the internal messaging system? Breaking protocol is the biggest red flag. Steve lost $250,000 because he trusted his ears. In the age of AI, your ears are easily fooled. You must trust your protocols, your verification, and your gut. If a voice in the dark asks for money, make sure you shine a light on it before you open the wallet. Thank you for listening to True Scam Stories. Don't forget to like and subscribe.